It's me with it. And guess what? It's raining again. It is Wednesday. It is March 22nd. I did not film Monday, Tuesday. They were just normal days. I don't think I had anything special to talk about. So I said, I'll just wait until Wednesday. I have a couple of just normal days to talk about. So it is Wednesday. Monday, we're doing module 5. And module 5 is going to cover Inzern or Engage New York or Eureka Math. Monday was just a Monday, nothing special, so I didn't film. So Tuesday, the only thing we did different on Monday was we did our 99 math in addition. That was the only thing different on Monday that I added into it. Tuesday, we did in math, we started module 5. Or finishing module 5. Monday was supposed to be another geometry lesson, but I didn't want to do it, so we did fractions. Fractions on Monday was mainly talking about equal parts, and they were cutting, drawing shapes, and making them into equal parts. Yesterday, we got into half, whole, and quarters. So on YouTube, there's the Sound Garden. That's what the name of the channel is, and they have something on fractions. And in the fraction, they talk about, this is Kevin, and they talk about Kevin. This is a whole Kevin. And since Kevin is a cartoon, it doesn't hurt him, and so they're gonna cut Kevin in half. And I talked about how there's still one Kevin, but he's cut into 2 pieces. And then it talked about fourths. And so again, this is still one Kevin, but he's cut into 4 pieces, and he's okay because he's a cartoon. And then at the end, I added thirds. And so again, it's still one Kevin, but we're cutting it into, as best as we can, equal parts for thirds. This is what we did yesterday to go over what they wanted us to go over in the book, but I didn't like the lessons, so it was kind of boring, so I did that. And then later on in the day, I had a sub for about, it was supposed to be for an hour, but it was really like 20 minutes. And so when I came back in, they did a worksheet that I got. I think it says Carrie Louise, Carrie Louise. And then the other one's Mama Teacher Mama. And they're just fraction, it was just free fraction worksheets. And this was going over equal parts, which we went over. And then this one was going over cutting the shapes in half. And so we went over that. We also talked about multiple ways to cut this in half. And so you can either cut it down, diagonal, or horizontally. And so we talked about different ways to cut the shapes in half. And then this one's by Mama Teacher Mama. And then this was going over everything that we had talked about. So they were supposed to do this as a sub, but since I came back really early, I did it with them, and that just reinforced our fractions that we were doing. So that was different. I didn't follow the module because I didn't like it. And that's what you're supposed to do. If you think you could do something better, you do something better. At the end of the day, we talked about bees. And so I read another book on Epic about bees, and then we filled this out. So they have one, and then we would fill things out when we found answers. And so like for this, someone said nectar, so we wrote nectar, but then it wasn't nectar, it was pollen and honey. And so we had to cross it out and said like our research was wrong, so we have to fix it. And we did that. And so today, there are some things still empty. They're gonna have time today on Epic to where they're gonna read their own books on Epic or listen to them, and then they are going to fill out the rest of the information for bees. And tomorrow we'll write our information report. I don't know if I just want it to be like a report or if I want it to be like a little book or something, but I'll figure that out. But we'll write that tomorrow for bees, because this testing period is on informational writing. I know it's on how-to paragraph. It's like how to save water, but I need them to do informational writing on like reports. So it's going to go informational report, informational how-to, and then it's going to go report. So this week's a report, and then to next week when we come back from vacation will be how-to paragraph on something. We are going on vacation. Did I say that? Oops, I'm so happy. This is the last week before spring break, and so we're going on vacation. Today, what do we do today? 99 math. It's Wednesday. We did subtraction. they noticed that their percent of accuracy was way lower in subtraction than addition, which they noticed last time also. So they do know that they're not as great in subtraction. So we did that this morning. We did AR tests. We came to the carpet. We did fractions. And when we did fractions today, or we reviewed everything that we covered, and we used our My Math book, and we did, I think it was one of the chapters like review before a test, because everything we've covered is a chapter inside our math book that gets covered as well. So we did our My Review from the math book as our math lesson today to review everything. And then from Jennifer Bates, she has a pizza. I did it on half. So this is supposed to be the crust. They're supposed to cut and paste and build. And then these are the little sayings that go with it. It identifies how many pieces you cut the pizza into. And then it gives you like a crust circle, and it gives you like a cheese circle. I put them on half pages because they were just going to do smaller versions with drawing. So I only did one. We went and I gave them time, and they did a pizza. My other one's cut into smaller pieces. And so I gave them a couple of minutes to design their pizza, decorate their pizza, and then they grabbed one and they cut it in half. And so then we're gonna glue that down on a piece of paper. And then our little part says that we have 2 equal parts, which is also known as half. And so they're gonna glue it under their half a pizza. Our other one is cut into fourths. And then our paper says that it's cut into 4 equal parts, and it's called fourths. And so they're gonna glue that on the other side of their paper. And so they're gonna go home today with this paper right here. So we're gonna finish that when we come back. They came in, they did everything they had to do. They did Zern, and they were working on this when they left. It's rainy day schedule. So lunch is gonna be over in 6 minutes. We get 30 minutes lunch instead of our usual 40. We have 40-minute lunch usually. So when we come back in, we're gonna sit. We are going to listen to a story, and then we'll go back to our seats and finish our math, which is going over our fractions. This is the last lesson in this topic in the module. And then it's gonna go into time, I think. And so I'm gonna stop there. I don't wanna start time tomorrow and then stop and then have 2 weeks vacation and come back. So I'm not going to do Zern Thursday, Friday, because they're starting a new topic and I don't wanna cut the topic in half. Or do 2 days and then be gone for 2 weeks and then finish it after. So I'm gonna do a couple lessons in My Math, and we'll do ST Math instead of Zern Thursday, Friday. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. When we come back in, what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish this and then the pizza, and then we're gonna get into our long I sound on our 4-minute phonics, which is going to be IGH today. And so all our words are gonna have IGH in it. I'm gonna give them ST Math time because I haven't pushed ST Math very much. We only do it on Friday, and not all of us do it on Friday because it's only the kids that are not as far as I think they should be on Zern. So we're going to do ST Math, and the reason why we're going to do ST Math in the classroom is because the district sent out, like, this is how many puzzle pieces your school has done, this is how much your school has done, and we were one of the low ones. And I stopped pushing ST Math once we started to have to do Zern. So is ST Math important, and so is Zern, and they say do it for homework, but my kids, like, only 12 of them do homework. That means the other 12 don't do anything. So I'm gonna start doing ST Math in the classroom. And so I did some yesterday, I'm gonna do some today. So after we finish the pizza, we are going to do some ST Math time, and then we'll I take that back. After we do phonics, then we'll do our ST Math time, and then we'll go back to our reading. They're gonna be so excited today because today is on Fly Guy, and since they've been on the Fly Guy kick, they're going to read the first Fly Guy inside the book, and that's what we're doing today. And I think we're going to do a book report for Fly Guy, and that will be like our culminating activity for the week. So lunch is over in 3 minutes. I'm gonna grab my kids. I am going to give them 10 minutes for recess. So they're going to do some iPad time for about 10 minutes, and then we'll start the rest of our day. It is Peeps week. I haven't really done anything with Peeps. Monday, Tuesday, I asked for donations and parents said yes, and they trickled in like yesterday. So I have more than enough for Peeps this week. So after we get to our reading, we're going to do our bee paper. And then after, if we have time, it is early out day, we're going to do some Peeps stuff. I copied down like a Peeps graph. So I'm gonna give everybody a Peep. They're gonna try it and they're just gonna graph if they like it or not. And that's gonna be our graph for today. Our graph for like Friday is going to be on the different flavors of Peeps. And so I'm gonna go find the different flavors of Peeps. There's quite a few, and we're gonna graph which flavor they like the best. That's what we're going to do for the Peeps. I did it last year. I need to find it, or I made it last year. It's somewhere in there. I can't find it. I don't know where I got the idea from, but I know I have my original in there somewhere. So we're going to do that on Friday. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of Peeps. It's after school. I spent my hour after school, because it's already 2:40, we've got about 1:40 today. I spent my hour after school making my sub plans, and you're probably like, girl, you're absent a lot. I use my sub days as like personal days. I have 4 kids. If their birthdays land on a weekday, I take them out to breakfast. And so I'm taking a half day tomorrow, so I'm gonna be gone in the morning. I just looked up how to catch an Easter bunny, and so I found a little quick write. You draw a trap for the Easter bunny, and then they're going to write about it, so they're going to do that. Just some things I got from another teacher. I don't know where they came from because another teacher gave them to me. It's addition, subtraction without regrouping, which they've done already, and then graphing. I just grabbed it from another teacher, so I don't know where they came from. This one I'll link below. It's just free on TPT. That's what I looked for. And again, when I do sub, I always leave this for them to do. And since this is Peeps week, did I tell you it's Peeps week? Since this is Peeps week, they are going to do a Peep card, and it says you are one of my favorite Peeps, and so they're going to make a Peep card tomorrow. So today for Peeps, I handed them out. They had to take a bite and they had to decide if they liked it, yes or no. This one was just a simple graph that we did, so yes or no. Surprisingly, everyone said yes. Actually, I take that back. One child said no, and then I said no because I don't like marshmallows like that. So we filled this out. Since this only went up to 8, I just had them extend the line and just draw. They drew all the way to the top. We did tally marks, we drew our graph, and then we answered very simple questions. This was just a really quick one. And then they wrote about their Peep, and so they gave their Peep a name. They wrote 3 facts about their Peep, where they would find Peeps in the wild, and then what they should watch out for in case. I told them if the Peep defends himself, what should they watch out for? And so they just wrote about their Peep, and I said your Peep is an imaginary pet, and so your Peep pet, and that's what they wrote about today. And so then they ate a Peep. I did get quite a few, so tomorrow my plan is to do another activity, science related, and then on Friday we're going to have a tasting graphing related, and so that's what I have planned for those days that are Peep related. What did we do? We came back in, we did this, we read Fly Guy in our story. They were very excited. They've been looking forward to it. It's High Fly Guy. That's the first one. So it's inside the book. And so they read it and they wanted to take AR tests on it, but about half of them already did AR tests. And so I let the other half take an AR test on it, and I marked it down. I didn't mark it down for their grade. I didn't give them a check mark because it was something we read out loud when we watched. They have like a cartoon video on YouTube on it, so I didn't mark it as an AR test that they took by themselves. I did mark, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my kids have taken AR tests, but they haven't passed them. So I just wrote down that they took an AR test, but I didn't give them a check mark for it. So that way I know that they took one, but they didn't pass it. And I really want them to pass it. So still during the week, they still have 2 days to take an AR test and pass on a book that they read. That's gonna be my comprehension grade. And then we did PE. PE was just, what's the channel? Cuckoo Kangaroo. They used to be on Go Noodle, but then they are not on it anymore. So we did, on YouTube has a lot of their little fun episodes, I guess we'll call them, activities. And so we did 15 minutes of those. So I just clicked one after the other, and then I gave them water break inside because I had to put your heads down because they were all saying that they were so tired, but they were dancing and jumping and doing all the fun, exciting things. And so that's what we did. I'm gonna cut erasers. I'm gonna sharpen my pencils because I'm going to go. I have a high schooler to pick up, I think, right now. And then I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna try to get some nachos out of my husband because that's what I'm feeling for right now. And I think that's it. So that was my day, my 3 days. Like I said, there's nothing exciting has happened. I haven't been doing anything that's fun and exciting that I needed to talk about. It's just normal days, and normal days are okay, and normal days are fine, and normal days need to happen. Not every day is a party. So those were my normal days. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I have a high schooler to pick up. I'm gonna be out in the morning tomorrow. I'm gonna be having breakfast with my 16-year-old. I can't believe I have a 16-year-old, but they grow up so fast. When people say that your kids grow up so fast, it's true. Hopefully these days before spring break are easygoing. Hopefully the kids are a little bit calm and they're not too excited. I haven't reminded them that it's almost vacation. I have not told them, because once you tell them and the cat comes out of the bag, they are just crazy. So I haven't said anything. I hope parents haven't said anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. I have my stuff here waiting for the substitute. I put in for my sub. So this was just a quick video of what I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm gonna go. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.